In this slide, I am going to discuss a numerical example to understand effect of or impact of OCB derating over the clock path and data path. So earlier, from the earlier video, I have explained what is OCB, and due to this OCB, the launch data path and launch clock path delay going to multiply by the derate factor, but capture clock path delay going to reduce or multiplied by the derate factor. Here the capture clock path delay reduces, but launch and data path clock path delay increases. Now in order to study their impact over the maximum clock frequency, their impact over the setup and hold constraint. Now in this example I am going to discuss about their impact over the clock frequency we can apply. We know about the maximum clock frequency we can apply into the given circuit, the launch clock path plus maximum data path. The launch clock path, if you focus into the circuit, we have the ff0 is the my launch flop, ff1 is the my capture flop. Here is a clock m is the clock tree. We have the common clock path of 1.2 nanosecond. So now launch clock path is from clock tree to the launch ff0. That data path from clock to Q delay and combinational delay. Capture flip flop path is the capture path. Capture path is the common clock path plus buffer delay, that is given at 0.86, and they have given setup time constraint is at 0.35 nanosecond. In order to understand maximum clock paths, maximum safe frequency, I can apply here the launch clock paths plus maximum data path. So clock path, launch clock path plus data path, it should be lower than the clock period plus capture clock path minus t setup of flip flop 1. So in order from this equation we can derive what is the my clock period. Essentially this equation has been derived from the required time, arrival time during the setup analysis. From the setup analysis, that will give the worst case analysis of the circuit, wherever this segment is dedicated to control. Here from here I can control what is my required time. From here I can calculate what is my required time. From here I can calculate what is the arrival time. So from required time arrival time I can calculate what can be the my slack. Okay, if slack is 0, slack is positive, or slack is negative, depending on, I can reduce the margin, design margin we have. Okay, come back to this question here. So launch clock path, what we got, launch clock path delay is the 1.2 plus 0.8, 2 nanosecond. Launch maximum data path, launch data path is the clock that is given as 5.2 nanosecond. Capture clock path is the 1.2 plus 0.86, 2.06 nanosecond, and setup flip flop setup time is a 0.35. From this equation, if I derive here the clock period is, I can take here the launch clock path plus maximum data path minus capture clock path plus t setup. So I can get here the clock period is 5.46 nanosecond. This is the without derate factor. Now if I consider the impact of OCB, due to the OCB there is a impact, the capture clock path delay decrement by 10%. So set timing derate minus early 0.9. Set timing derate late 1.2, it means launch clock path and maximum data path increment by 20%, and set timing derate late 1.1, it means setup time cell check. So setup time increment by again 10%. So now again we need to update the value. So launch clock path value will become 2.4 nanosecond, maximum data path will become 6.24 nanosecond, capture data paths, the capture clock path, it is decrement by 10%, it become 1.854, and setup time increment by 10%, 0.385 nanosecond. So now with this derate factor, if I put on the same equation, I will get here the safe frequency I can apply, we need to apply here 7.171 nanosecond. So what is the observation? I have found that due to the OCB variation, the data path, launch data path, clock path, it become slower, but capture clock path it become faster. And due to that, in order to maintain the timing variation without violation, the clock frequency must be increment by 7.171 minus 5.46. This difference must be included at the clock frequency, then only we can have the violation free design. One more observation I want to highlight, that this segment, if you look into this segment of circuit where this path is common, this path is common for launch and capture. So as I told you, launch path going to increment, but capture path going to decrement. So this segment have the provision, either it can take the maximum delay or it can take the minimum delay, but practically a cell cannot have the two different delay at the same time. So in order to correct this factor, there is a one third new parameter I am going to introduce here, the CPP. Okay, so because of this called common path pessimism. Okay. So common path is a common part of the clock tree in between the launch and capture clock, that we can have only one variation. Either we can go for the maximum variation or we can go for the minimum variation. Cell can't have the two different value at a particular instant of time, so this should not derate differently. So for the because of the launching and capture, we can have provision, we can have different type of derate factor. Now in order to apply a common part in the applying different derating on the common part, we have the common path pessimism, that is called CPP. So this the CPP must be removed during the analysis, that is called as the common path pessimism removal, CPPR, or clock convergence pessimism removal. So CPP I can is a very simple method to calculate the CPP. Common path pessimism is the maximum arrival time at common path minus minimum arrival time a common path. So let's look back to my earlier slide. If I take here the launch path, maximum delay factor was the 1.2, so maximum delay was the 1.2 into 1.2, 1.4. Minimum is the 1.2 into 0.9, so that is my 1.08. So maximum CPP will become here 1.44 minus 1.08. Now what is the effect of the CPP? The effect is required time of the flip flop going to modify. In the setup analysis, CPP is added into the required time. In the hold analysis, CPP to be subtracted from the required time. Okay. So now what we have seen here, the required time going to vary because of the CPP, due to the CPP value. Now in order to correct my previous example, in the previous example what I have seen, the maximum this part, because of the CPP effect, I have observed the CPP effect of the common path. In the common path, the maximum arrival time was 1.2 into 1.044, minimum arrival time is the 0.9 into 1.2, 1.08. So CPP value is the difference of both 0.36 nanosecond. So in the previous example, a correction factor should be given. So the 7.171 correction factor should be given in order to calculate the minimum clock frequency. Safe frequency 7.171 minus 0.36, 6.8111 nanosecond. So minimum clock frequency should be applied, which considering all the variation. To conclude this example, if in this given circuit, the minimum safe frequency I can apply here the 5.46 nanosecond without OCB variation, without CPP. Now minimum frequency I have to apply with OCB variation is 7.171 nanosecond. The minimum frequency with OCV and CPP correction, that is a 6.811 nanosecond. So there is a one very drastic increase. There is a slow in variation. I have highlighted here that the clock frequency going to vary due to the variation. Also the due to the common part between the launch and capture clock. This again going to affect the minimum frequency. So we need to conclude in order to conclude this topic in topic here. So due to the OCB variation, we can apply the timing D rate, but if timing D rate applied to the common part, that should be again deduced, that is called the common paths removal. So we need to remove from the common path, and due to this setup time and hold time, it is going to affect. So in order to calculate the safe frequency, we can to apply this CPP value again again subtracted from the previous calculated value.